Hey guys, you were looking at carpet and there's a little thing up there. Ignore that for now. Sorry this video is a bit late today. It's actually 3:32. Come on. Screen. There we go. 3:33 now, p.m. and I have to upload this at 4. I just couldn't come up with a video for today. I've been thinking, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just make a video about my 3D printed thing. So sorry this is a bit later than 4. I tweeted about it. Well, not yet, but I will. So this will take some time to edit, but I've tweeted about it, so follow me on Twitter if you want to see it. Link on my website, so just go to AllTheBestVideos.com and you'll see my Twitter. Also, there's my VR. So I do VR like right here, where these lights are. But, so I have a ton of 3D prints. I want to show you my 3D printer. So here we go. It's printing basically this right now, but in glow-in-the-dark filament. So I'll talk about everything. I'll try and be sort of quick, but informative. So my printer, first of all, is a BQ B1 SE Plus. My original printer I got in October of 2021, at like middle of October, and it was an Ender 3 V2, but I bought it used because it was pre-assembled, and I was looking at the video, I'm like, I'm not going to be able to build this, and I don't want to build it. So by the way, if you hear any fan sound, it's just the printer doing that. So I got that printer and I was like, oh, this is really cool, and I was using it, but I was having so many problems with it. One of my dad's business associates does a lot of 3D printing, and he came over and he looked at it and it was like, oh yeah, it's just like there were a bunch of bolts that were loose and stuff because I bought it as a return, but I was just having so many problems with it, so I just returned it myself. And then because it stopped working, and it had, because of the bed not having a lot of problems, I don't know exactly what the problems were, but the filament got stuck in the nozzle, and when I was cleaning it out, it broke the thermos, which tells how hot the nozzle is, which is very important with the 3D printer, as you could probably imagine, because if you can't tell how hot it is, it won't let itself heat up because it could overheat, so it wouldn't let me print at all. So I returned that in January, because it broke in, I think, early December. So I returned it in January, and then I bought this in early March, like I think it was March 2nd or something. I really like it because it has a screen. The Ender 3 V2 MSRP is like $280, I think. This is $350, I think, somewhere around there. And I bought it on sale for $300, and it's worth it because it has auto bed leveling, so I won't have that problem. And I had to build it myself, but it was pretty cool. Just for the record, I recorded a little bit of a video about this. I don't know if I'm going to edit and upload that or not because the clips are kind of everywhere. But real quick, let's just talk a little bit about the printer. I have, it just has a filament thing. This is the extruder. I printed a knob for it because it doesn't come with one, and the Ender 3 V2 had one, but I printed it in probably my favorite filament is this. It's PLA Plus green. It's either Plus or Pro. Does it say? PLA Plus. And then right now I'm printing with it's called Luminous. It's glow in the dark. It glows green in the dark, and it's all the filament I have is Inland, which is Micro Center's brand. A lot of people have complaints about it. I've never had any problems with it. So real quick, let me just show you my filaments. So right now it's printing just this, but in glow in the dark. So I've made a ton of things. So this is actually this printer. You hold it up to a light, and it's a lithophane, I think is what it's called, and you can, like, it looks just like the photo, which is this printer. So I've made one for my archery instructor, a friend, or a couple friends, as well as my homeschool gym teacher, and I'm planning on making more for my family and friends because they're personal, and you can make them whatever you want, and it's not just like a little 3D printed toy or design piece. It's an actual personal item. I print it overnight, and it has an auto shutdown feature which doesn't work for me, so I have to look into that. But like I just put this on my mom's desk when she gets up in the morning, just goes and turns it off. Let me tell you about my filament. I just finished my first roll because I didn't use it for a while, which I bought 2 Luminous when I bought my Ender 3 V2, and I'm using my second roll that I just finished my first roll, which is here, and I was able to finish all of it by trying some trickery to try and get it to work, and I was able to. So I'm going to print like a little thing that you put in the spool, and it has drawers and stuff. It's really cool. I also have TPU, which as you can see I've not printed with that much because it's very hard to print with. so I have to just look into printing a bit more with this, and you have to like monitor it. I have the green PLA Plus, which I've used a lot of. It's probably my favorite color. And I printed these in glow-in-the-dark for all of my rolls. These are filament holders. They are very nice, because if you put them through these holes, they can be like sticking out this far, depending on how much length you have, and they can break easily, which has happened. So I just did it this way. I have orange glass, which is this. It looks really cool, especially in the light, because it's like translucent. I just put a little Hershey's Kisses in it. I have, this is another vase that failed that I used to keep TPU, because I want to keep that separated from my PLA. And then I have purple glass, which is this. And I also, it's the same as orange glass. It looks more yellow. And I printed my friend a YouTube play button. Here's actually, I printed 2 of them, and I just swapped the parts. So what you do is you just glue this together. So my desk is a mess with 3D prints. I just have to try and get everything figured out. Also, this is a vase. As you can see, it didn't print down here well. It printed here pretty well in here, but it's in TPU. This is what I like about TPU, is even though it has like holes, it's so squishy. And this is actually PLA, a vase that I was supposed to print in TPU, and it messed up, so I have to look into that. But look how squishy. It doesn't really go back. But this is normal PLA Plus. It's not actually normal PLA, it's PLA Plus. And I also, for Christmas, I got 2 of these 60 things of Amazon basic glue sticks, and they work really well. So that's all my film. I'm going to actually get into like some of the prints, which I'm not going to be able to show all of them today. I have quite a few of these things because they keep breaking, they keep stripping, and I think it's because I printed them with like 10% infill because I thought that would be good. It isn't, so I printed this with 100%, and so far this hasn't broken, versus these broke pretty much right away, so I can actually probably throw these away. Like this is a Wall-E. So this and these were inside of the head. This was like in here, it was all over, it was horrible. Also, here's a mini Tpu Cat. I didn't realize how small it was. It's supposed to be just like one of the cats. I have it in a bag, I'll show you later. Just another failed print I just haven't thrown away. And then this is a Creeper Hulk that I painted. A pickaxe. So all of these prints here are from my BQ-B1, but these are from my Ender 3 B2. Because I did get some good prints. Like this, it printed really well. The supports are hard to remove, but that could just be the model. But it printed really well in the detail. So I just painted that for fun. This is also the Rec Room Maker Pen, because I love that game. It's probably my favorite or second favorite game. And then I printed the gun, and then I printed this as a second piece, which is orange glass. And I like it. I'm going to have to paint the button. I forget what it's called. The trigger. Yeah. Also, this is the dice thing I saw on Mars Gizmo. It's really cool, and I printed it, but it didn't. I printed, but when I tried to remove it, the gears wouldn't come off the bed, and then they ripped off, so I tried to glue them, but now it's kind of unfunctional, but it's really cool, so I might try and print it again. I don't know, this was like $1 worth of filament, which is really annoying, but I might be able to just try and fix it. And also, this, I might also have to print another one of these because it broke, because again, I haven't learned my lesson to print with infill. Well, that's before I knew. But this is luminous, and then this is the PLA Plus, and it's like a little slime thing that you put, and it looks like a slime bucket falling, but it's kind of broken. So this, no links to these, I'm sorry, it's just going to be a pain to find all these links, but all of my models I got from Thingiverse, so just, you can look them up. This was a filament holder, so what you do is you put your, it was like $1 worth of filament for this, but what you do, I can zoom in. So what you do is you put your filament roll on it, and it's just a holder. If it wasn't $1 worth of filament, because it has to have enough infill that it's strong enough, I would have printed more for all my filaments, because stacking them like I have them is probably not a good idea, although the filament clips work well. So I have to figure out a solution with that, but why I like this is because you put your roll of filament on here, And if you want to, it can even, oh, I put this on upside down, although I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, actually this would be the correct way. But it can print from this, so if you were to add like another nozzle, you could just print right from this, or if the height was too high with the current filament holder on the printer. I'm sorry, I don't really use technical terms. It's just easier using normal people speak, especially because I'm a normal person. So let's just move along. So there's that, which is cool. I have this. I printed this on my Ender 3 V2. It's like a little Christmas castle, or village. Like there's a train. Let's make sure it's in focus. It's not really focusing. I have to print it bigger, but what you're supposed to do is put like a little tea light candle in the bottom of it, and it lights up. It looks really cool, but I have to print a bigger version, especially because like these trees keep falling off and stuff. I printed this, and that was my Ender 3 V2. I think I said that. I also printed this on my Ender 3 V2. It's an axolotl that I then painted. I could have done a better job, but okay. I'm not very good at painting, but I love painting 3D prints. I have a little axolotl that didn't print very well, that I glued its head on. Oh crap, that was on camera, so yeah. Sorry it's not focusing. It just wants to focus on the carpet. How do I focus? I could just zoom in that, right? No, it's not focusing on anything. So I have a rec room dummy, basically. Yeah, that's just what this is. I have another one I printed. I think I printed this with supports, I'm not sure. I think it would probably need supports. I also have this rec room bucket. This is orange glass. I think it holds water pretty well, but I think it does leak a little bit. I tested it. As you can see, there's still some water in there. That's not good. And then I used whiteout because white paints is too hard to paint with. As you can see, I did mess up a little bit, but I used whiteout to make it look like the rec room bucket. I'm saving probably my favorite, not favorite, but coolest print for last. I really like this. It's a Octopus, so it's a normal STL file that you can, or that somebody took, and you can put STL files in Minecraft, so they did that, and then so it turns whatever file you want into basically blocks for Minecraft, and then you can export that as blocks and 3D print it, so it's just like a Minecraft Octopus that I have a little TPU one somewhere. I think it's downstairs. I also printed a few seasonal prints, like a Christmas counter that's really cool, that I don't have, because those are in storage. Also, I found this really long string of filament. But I put a thumbtack in my wall, and I just put this on it. It's a perfect fit, so it's just really cool. I like this a lot. I'll show this. This is popular on Thingiverse right now. It's a Benchy prize. So it's a Benchy, which is, if you don't know, it's like a stress test for your printer, but it has the things from the Enterprise. It's really cool. From Star Trek, the Enterprise. And I also have this, which you put a normal Benchy on right here, if you could glue it if you want, which I had, this was printed on my Ender 3 V2. Oh, this was also printed on my Ender 3 V2, I forgot to say. And so is this axolotl, and this one, I think I said that for that. This was on my BQ. So what you do is you just put, you'd put a normal Benchy, although this is pretty cool, in it, and it's like a wave thing for it, and it would be really cool to paint it or print it with blue filament. So, moving along, let me come over here. I have this, which is a failed vase of TPU, but it's like a birdie for badminton. It was supposed to be a vase, but that's kind of what it printed as. I also have this little, it's supposed to be a print in place that you turn and it pops up. It failed. I printed it with purple glass, which has problems with stringing, so I thought that would fix it, but no, it didn't. It still failed. I'll save those for later. I have this, which I also saw on Mars Gizmo. Let me zoom in. So it's a compliant mechanism, so it printed like this, and then you just remove the supports. Actually, let me zoom out a bit. And then you put a pencil in it, and I don't know how well it will show up on camera, but it's really cool in person, because you hold it, and then when you go like this, the pencil moves, but the tip does not move at all. I don't know how well you can see it on video. I printed this big job bot in green PLA, because what I want to do is paint it, and it makes sense to print it in green so I don't have to paint the face. Although I probably should have just printed in glow in the dark, which I think I did. I don't know, I have to look into that. or look at that. I made this for my grandma for Mother's Day, which is coming up soon. She doesn't watch my videos anyway. She doesn't even know what a YouTube is. So this way it says, I love you. And then on this side, it says forever with the heart. It's showing up really well on camera. What else do I have? I think that's actually all the little items I brought over except for these. So this is chainmail. So it's really loose. I printed this with glass PLA. And then I printed it the other day with glow in the dark. So they're just little fabric samples to test your filament so you don't print a big thing. Because I think it was like 2 hours each for these. I don't know how much filament it cost. But this kept failing when I tried to print a big version. And I would just have like tiny little like H's with it. Focus. This camera does not want to focus. Tiny little H's with it that I had a bunch of, so it wouldn't work. But I tried it the other day, and it just finished this afternoon. It took 30 hours to print. This is my longest print. I don't know how much it cost, but look at this. This is so cool. So it's a giant thing of chainmail filament, and it printed just like this on the bed, and it's basically like fabric. It's so cool. And if you lay it on the ground, I don't know how well you can see on camera, but it's big, but you can also compress it and make it like probably an inch total smaller. It's really cool. And it can fold like this and roll, but if you do it this way, okay, now it's not doing it. Is it this side? Oh, okay, so if you fold it this way, it folds in half, but the way that the hexagons are, if you fold it this way, you can't fold it anymore in. It looks like a little ravioli. It's so cool. What else do we have on my table? I just have one other thing, which is this. I don't know. I'm going to try and get it on camera. So it's just like this little thing. And what's really cool is look at this overhang. Hey guys, so again, sorry this video was late. I just realized that I never actually showed you what this did. Also, by the way, right now it's 5:30, so I've been editing this for an hour and a half, almost exactly, non-stop. So, I'm kind of tired. And sorry it's so late. Just know that I'm working the best from starting 3:30 to now it's 5:30. I've worked non-stop on this video. Probably not going to be done editing until 6. Anyway, I never showed you what this did, so let me try and get it. Is it this side? Yeah, it's this side. Okay. Even in person, with you moving it around, it's kind of hard to get lined up. I'm trying my best, but what it is it's one of those illusions, and it looks like a cube. It's very hard to get it properly lined up. I think it's probably because it's a camera as well. So I can't, this is probably as close as I can get to it. But just imagine, that this one was closer over here, and this one was closer over here. It's so trippy because this is what it looks like. If you turn it at the right angle, it looks like a cube. I can't get it on video, sorry, but just know that I tried. It printed this. Oh, I have to remove the supports from that. I forgot to. But it printed these normally, like this as well. And look at the detail on this for the angle. So, okay, hold on. Let me try and line this up. So, yeah, that's the angle it printed at. So the only one I used supports for was this one. I don't know if I needed supports or not, but I didn't want this to fail. So the chainmail took 30 hours to print. So I started it the other day. My printer was running non-stop 2 nights and 1 whole day, which is just so weird to think. That was printing like all day. So here we have the bags. I'm probably not going to do all of them, but just like a preview for maybe next week's video maybe. I'm just going to do a blind grab for a couple things. Okay, so this was from my BQ B1 Plus bag. It is a glow-in-the-dark Benchy, and you can even see like the text on the bottom. You can't see it on video, but trust me, you can in person, which all printers fail with. You can even see like the text on the back, which again, you can't see, but all printers fail with. So I'll grab 2 from both bags. Okay, so the BQ B1 Plus came with 2 default files, and this was the second one I printed. It's a Squirrel. I'm guessing they don't have this legally. Look how big it is. This, and it's so heavy for a 3D print. Like, I know it doesn't look heavy, and it's really not that heavy, but it feels extremely heavy and sturdy. Because the infill, I think, is like 70%. It took a long time to print because the infill was so high, but it's really cool. Okay, so I've gotten 2 things from that bag. Now let's do another 2 from my Plus. Okay, so this was a failed print actually. So this, because it's a failed print, I'll do 2 more. So this, I couldn't remove the support, that's why it's failed. This, I should have printed it this way, but is a cowboy hat for Lego Mario or Lego Luigi, which I actually have right over there. But I have to print a new one. I'm actually going to print it upside down because the supports will be better that way. And second print, oh, okay. So OKO, don't look at my bag. So OKO, OK Orchestra is AJR's album, which actually just turned a year 2 days ago. It's a little keychain. Because AJR is my favorite band, OK Orchestra is my favorite album, and Bang is my favorite song. So I'll do one more blind grab. Oh, interesting. So I printed this, I don't know, it was on a Monday. I don't know what video I uploaded that day. But this is a snake. This is my Ender 3v2 again. This is actually fun. I want to make a second one of these videos, but I'll have to edit this before I do that. Pretty detailed, and it's a snake, and all of its ligaments move. Real quick, actually. I have 2 things. These were both printed on my Ender 3v2. This is like my set decoration for when I record the videos on this desk. So like I have my old HP cameras, but here I have pretty big creepers. These were my Ender 3v2. This one's a baby, but that's a pretty big one. I painted this Among Us character. It's a little baby. So yeah, this is actually a very fun series. I can't wait to continue this. Let me know if you guys liked it and you want me to continue this. And let me know in the comments if there are any prints that you want me to print or anything. And I will maybe make a video about that or include it in a video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.